Hello, I'm Josh Raby, Stratus Services. A question I often receive is, what antivirus should we be using? Stick around to hear my thoughts.
In today's rapidly changing technology landscape, it's simply not enough to just keep up. Our team at Stratus Services is on a mission to bring you the very best knowledge and skills so that you can stay ahead of the curve and thrive in the world of IT.
Let's discuss some key terms that you're going to hear when looking at antiviruses. First on the list is NGAV, or Next Gen Antivirus. What does this mean? Well, luckily, any enterprise application you're looking at for antivirus is going to be a Next Gen Antivirus. But the term antivirus is kind of antiquated. It used to be we would just look for the files, compare the hash of that file to known bad files, and if they match, we would quarantine it. Now we're looking for things like fileless attacks and finding ways to mitigate and stop those. Next is EDR, or endpoint detection and response. This is kind of what it sounds like. You're able to detect activity on an endpoint, and then you're able to respond to it from the tool set. So this means maybe isolating the computer, blocking it from going anywhere on the network, remoting in and running commands on that computer to try and mitigate anything happening, or just investigate what might be happening on the machine. Next up is policies. So policies is my ability to create rules within the antivirus and apply them to computers. I might want to make one group more strict than the other depending on the business needs of that unit. Next, we have firewall. It's important to have a firewall enabled on your endpoints to be able to block activity that shouldn't be happening. So if something were to get infected on that computer, or if a threat actor were to gain access and try and run commands or make connections to the internet, you want to have rules in place to be able to block those things from happening. Finally, logging. And I think this is the most important thing. Having logging enabled and being able to go through and search through those logs is crucial. So now that we know the terms, let's talk about a few of the points. Find a tool set that you are comfortable with. We talked about logging earlier. Find ones where you're comfortable going in, looking at the logs. You know how to find what you need, and you know what it's giving back to you. A great antivirus can be completely negated by bad logging. Speaking of negating a good antivirus, it's very important to have good policies enabled. So best rule of practice is block everything and only allow what you need. So when you set up an antivirus for the first time, you should put it in logging mode, have it go through, find what it is flagging as bad activity, then identify the false positives, put those into policy, and apply them to your organization. And that way, only the things that you know of are allowed in the network. When a new application is added, it should get blocked. And then you should go in and allow that application to go through. Performing security this way will help mitigate a lot of attacks on your network. Some of the top issues I see when helping an organization out is they have logs, but no one's looking at them. Or a policy has been set just to allow everything. So the antivirus is doing very little. We're going back to just an old basic antivirus where we're just checking hashes. This isn't very secure and this isn't safeguarding your network. The other thing that I see often is there's no uninstall password or maintenance token enabled. This means that someone can just uninstall the antivirus and no one's the wiser. So in summary, there are a lot of good tools out there that'll help manage your organization, keep you safe. There are tools that I like Cisco's Threat Protection, CrowdStrike, Bitdefender, Huntress, but it all comes down to what does your environment need, what are you comfortable with, and what'll work with your environment. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it.